Oh, yes, got it. Sorry.
So I'm just trying to see if this is working. I think we are live.
Okay, I can check on my phone too, just to make sure.
I
don't
just
want to do it on my.
Yeah, I forgot to give it a title.
Oh yeah, take your time. Do whatever. Okay.
Okay. Okay, we are live. And as you can see, it's a Zoom meeting, but what we're doing is that Julia, Hannah, and I are going to paint together. And Julia is possibly going to also stream this meeting in a different location on her own channel.
We're going to try. I'm going to share it to Facebook first. But what are you painting, Aya? Or I'll let you introduce the subject.
Well, I'm going to try to paint Dr. Ramani. You may not have heard of her, but she is a famous psychologist who has lectures on narcissism on YouTube. And so I'm lucky enough to have gotten a picture of her. And I am going to paint from the picture.
Oh, I like that picture. It's very nice.
You know, when we paint somebody and it's taken from a snapshot while they were moving, there are some problems with that because, you know, a particular expression might look ominous or something like that.
Yeah, it might look sinister, or it might just look like there's a lot of different the inferences you can make about something just based on one moment in time. You know, it might not
exactly. But I want to try that anyway. I mean, this is for me more experimental than it is necessarily, you know, the final product.
Exactly. So I'm trying to share this on Facebook so all of our friends will know that we are live if they would like to follow along with us. And then I'm going to go try and put it into OBS after that. Oh, gee.
Okay, I'll try to share too.
I learned something, by the way, because my phone wasn't ringing. And then this button right here on the side of the iPhone that's red and black, if it goes up to red, like it silences your phone so it doesn't ring. But once you turn it back down, it's ringing again. So it's a silence feature. And I didn't realize I had accidentally pushed that. And that's why my phone wasn't ringing. I finally found the video that explained it to me last night because I'm like, what happened to my phone? Because it hasn't been ringing for like a few weeks. So I'm gonna go try and share it on OBS, or should I wait?
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that.
Okay.
By the way, it's raining cats and dogs outside here, so that we might have some disturbances because of the weather.
Okay, well, I wish it was raining here. You guys are lucky.
I guess we are.
It's dry. It's so dry. I hate it. But it's kind of cool being over here. I can kind of watch Aya painting. I feel like, yeah, it's kind of a cool experience.
Yeah, well, it looks even different on the screen that I have the other Aya looking at. I don't know if you can see that painting.
Yeah, it looks like it's two of you. I think your twin, like that twin episode. I think that would be funny. Like, our twin comes to visit, or just to see if people were paying attention.
Well, I'm not used to sharing a Zoom meeting, so I wasn't going to call it a Zoom meeting, but that's what the title is right now. It's Aya's private Zoom meeting.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to see if I can. The only thing is if it starts making that weird noise, then maybe it won't work, but we'll see. Okay. So I'm just going to be over here trying.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, just try to silence it if it tries to make too much noise. And Bo right now is not very happy, so I'm going to have to go and tell him that it's okay that it's raining because he doesn't like it when it rains, you know?
Okay. Do you hear any weird noise? Because I think I might be live.
Okay, I don't hear anything, so that's good.
Okay, maybe we fixed our problem. And me getting all upset about OBS, maybe, I don't know, maybe we found a way, a workaround. I'm going to check it because you see, I'm learning OBS. I am not one of these OBS whizzes, but I was interested. Does OBS work? And if it's on my channel right now, well, the only thing is I don't see it. Where is it live on my channel? Is it still set to private on my channel? Because it says that I'm streaming, but where am I streaming at?
Are you on the California Mountain Art?
That's where I wanted to be, but I wonder if it went to the other channel. That's why I'm double checking.
Okay.
Oh no, it's on the other channel. Okay.
Oh, did it not ask you? Did it not ask you where you wanted to go?
No, I need to go fix that, I guess, because I wanted to stream on the right channel. So I guess I'll end right here.
These are the kind of paints I use.
Those are beautiful. I really love it. You know, I don't want to leave. Okay. So I'm just gonna try. Let's see. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do this one to over here on my end. It might just look like a testing show, everybody. So don't. Oh, I didn't. It's funny. It's like it says start streaming, but yeah, I'm gonna start again. So I'm not present, but I'm watching Aya over here because I'm testing things out. It's kind of cool though, Aya.
I am getting my paint ready.
I love how you use just basic colors and come up. It just shows that these are good. I think this is good acrylic paint.
Yeah, it's good, you know, basic paint.
Well, it's better than that other brand I was showing you. Because that other brand, yes, it's craft paint, but I still don't think it should be cracky. It didn't used to crack like that. Like even when I would layer it up on an object.
It depends on your canvas. You see, I haven't learned how to paint on paper with acrylics. So that's why I'm still on canvas, because I know how to paint on canvas.
Mm-hmm. It's just weird though, because I put it on a wooden frame years ago and it never cracked. And the frame wasn't treated or anything. I don't know.
Well, there's a difference between.
That's true. It's more one's more porous than the other. That probably makes the point.
Yeah. So this is my brown. I'm going to be starting out with a brown outline of what I want to paint.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know how I made my brown?
How do you do that?
Well, I took some blue, some red, and some yellow, and I mixed it all together. That's how I got my brown.
Oh, very cool. That is awesome.
Yeah. So there's nothing special about that, but I just figure it's a good neutral color to start with.
No, I think it's good. I think you're onto something. Like you definitely are.
Okay, now I'm going to try to go to where I can see what's going on my canvas. Otherwise, I won't be able to paint.
Yeah, do whatever you need to do. I'm just over here playing around because I want to see if I can get it to work. I'm gonna try.
Okay, now I need to really be able to see what I'm painting on. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise,
yeah.
And I should probably put my hair up because I have a tendency to paint anything that comes in contact with myself. So I'm going to put my hair up.
Okay. Sounds good.
And I'm going to use one of these chocolate roses to hold it like this. All right. Now I should be set. All right. Now I need to find a brush that is relatively thin, if you know what I mean, so that I can, you know, just do the outline, create an outline of what it is that I want to paint. And that, of course, is Dr. Ramani. Now, let me just take some brown. Can you see me doing this?
Yeah, I am. I'm over here, so I can definitely see what you're doing.
Okay.
That's cool. Yeah, I like your outlining method.
Now, Dr. Ramani is a very smart woman, but she has a very low hairline. I don't know if you've noticed that about her.
Yeah, I have noticed that about her.
So it's kind of a challenge because I don't want to make her look, there's a stereotype that if you have a low hairline, you might not be as smart, but that's not the case with her.
I didn't even know that was a thing. Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
I learned something new.
Highbrow, lowbrow thing. That's what the whole
Yeah,
thing
I've heard about that, but I didn't really look into it. I mean, I've heard about, I kind of like highbrow, yes, lowbrow. Yeah, I do understand the implications, but it makes sense, I guess. But people can't, like, I'm sure there's a lot of people that have low brows, like,
Well, your hairline is not necessarily your brain line. That's the
no, it's
salad.
not. Like, it's not. It's external. It's not your brain. I mean, that's just.
Yeah. So
I'm
I
still
wanted.
over here experimenting, so you keep painting. I'm sorry if I'm not really part of the show right
Oh, you
now.
are part of the show. You're here.
I'm here, but I'm not really participating the way I wanted to. I just thought, oh, it's taking longer than what I wanted. Okay. I'm gonna start and try again. Go into settings, maybe. Let's see.
Can you hear the thunder in my area?
I kind of hear some background noise. It's very subtle though. It's kind of nice.
Well, we have some thunder, and you might eventually hear Bo complaining about it because he certainly doesn't like it when it thunders.
I don't think anybody likes thunder. I totally get it. Cats really hate it too. They'll hide.
Well, being hit by lightning is no picnic, so animals know about that somehow.
I walked through a lightning storm before in the desert, though. People were like really panicked, but they're like, it's coming down. And I'm like, yes, but it was a few miles away. It's not like it was going to come down on me.
Mm-hmm.
But see, the thing is, I had to get to where I was going. So they're like, oh my God, you had to walk. But if you walk, you kind of sometimes have to walk in the elements. So, and it was a very freak storm. It ended after like 10 minutes. It's not like in the Midwest where you have rain for like, doesn't it rain on and off like all day?
Yeah, it can. It definitely can do that. It just does whatever it wants. You can't count on it not to rain or to rain, you know.
That makes sense.
That's just nature for you.
I know, but people want to control everything now. They want planes to go in the sky and control the weather. It's just crazy.
Oh, I'd rather they did not do that.
Oh, I don't want that. I'm just saying it, like, well, they've done it. We know that they do it for the Olympics or different sporting events. So I just was surprised people didn't know that that was happening kind of like, well, all the time, really. But, anyways, not that important.
They should not do that. I mean,
No. I totally agree with you. I'm just saying there's a lot of things that shouldn't happen, but do happen. And we need to probably bring awareness to that.
yeah.
I think it might be working. We'll see. No, someone specify channel. Double check your stream. Now I'm having another problem. But I told it what channel I wanted to be. Okay, stream. Cannot find your stream. Oh, come
Okay, I'm going to use a different brush now just to paint her blue shirt or dress. I don't know what it is exactly.
on.
Just so we get that out of the way and we can work some more on her face. I love the color of blue that she has on. I think it's very becoming for her.
I know. I think it's very beautiful.
Yeah.
And with her dark hair and just her complexion, it works very well.
Yes. That's what kind of drew me to that particular picture of her.
Okay, maybe I'm going to check now and see if it's working.
Okay.
But anyway, I'm still listening to what you're doing, so I am watching over here. I just want to make sure it's actually working. Let's see.
Now there's also like a green couch behind her, but I don't think I'm going to put that one in.
No, but you actually got her expression. I like it.
Well, thank you. It's really just the beginning. It's not a.
No, but I kind of like how you can get an expression. Oh gosh, I need to change the title of this because it always has your last title.
Yeah, that's one of the problems with Zoom, which I never could figure out how to do, was that I didn't have as much control over how it showed up, what it said it was.
I've never ended it. Like it's acting like it's over already. But I didn't end. I'm gonna start again, I guess, because OBS on my end thinks I'm done. And I'm like, okay. OBS, you're very silly. Let's try again.
My title should have been Painting with Julia or Painting Dr. Ramani or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get. Or you could put Painting Dr. Ramani and I don't know, and Julia Paint. Well, you can think about what you want to change it to later, perhaps.
Yeah, I will do that later. It just means that right now, if people are tuning in, they have no idea what it's supposed to be. I'm sorry.
Okay, this is so weird because I actually got it to stream for like 6 minutes ago. It was streaming. I don't know if I want that one on my channel because it might show my. I hope it doesn't. I think I'm going to delete that one. See if I can. Set that one to private. Now I have to start again because I don't know what I did, but it actually did stream and then it went away. So everybody can enjoy Aya's painting as I'm over here trying to learn about OBS.
Okay. Just let me know if I'm doing something weird or it looks weird on the screen.
It actually is pretty cool because I like that I can see you. I like that I can see the painting, and you can even see all of us in your other monitor. So it's kind of a cool view, actually, Aya.
Okay, well, I'm glad. This is still experimental for us. We can do this better in the future, right?
Exactly. So I did delete that on my channel. I deleted one of them because it was showing my screen and I don't want to show my key. And I'm like, oh no. This is the thing I don't like about OBS is if you go into screen share, it starts, well, maybe what I need to do, I guess, is like not have screen share on there in the beginning, but then you have to go add it in. I guess I could do it that way. Yeah, I should have done it that way. Okay. Now I don't know where I'm streaming. It said that it thought I was streaming still. I'm like, what? It better not be. And check just to make sure I'm not. Okay, no. Okay, so yay, yay, yay. I'm gonna try one more time on my end. Seems to think I'm streaming somewhere, but I will have to try and figure out where that is. I do like that blue. It's very nice.
Yeah, I'm trying now to reduce her chin because she doesn't have a very protruding chin. So I gave her too much of one, and now I have to kind of reduce it.
But that's a good thing about painting. You can go back and you can subtract things like you do, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Unlike I feel like with certain mediums, like colored pencil is a lot harder. Like technically you can erase, but it doesn't work very well, if that makes any sense.
Now, what medium are you talking about now?
Well, like colored pencil, technically they say you can erase, but it looks horrible, and it never works very well. So you kind of have to have your like. And another thing I really don't like about colored pencil is I love the way it looks, but one of the things that is frustrated about that is that in a few years it fades if it's anywhere near the sunlight. Well, in California anyway, because you can't completely control the sunlight. It's sunny all the time here. And I'll have these beautiful colored pencil drawings I did a few years ago, and maybe it looks kind of cool when they fade, but it just bothers me because they don't look the way that I originally wanted them to,
Yeah, can you spray them with something so that doesn't happen?
I need to do that fixative what is that fixative that you use, by the way?
Oh, hold on. I thought I had it right here, but it's hiding.
I don't want to stop you, just if you knew off the top of your head.
Okay. I use hammer varnish.
I need to buy that. I know they sell it like at Walmart and whatnot.
Yes, they do. They won't ship it to your house though, because it's highly flammable.
Oh yes, I know. Well, even if you go to buy, it's so funny. A few years ago, certain kinds of fertilizer, they were asking you if you were going to use it for explosives, and you had to show your ID that you were over 18. So I was thinking, what if you're like 16 and you have a gardening project, you can't buy fertilizer at Walmart in California, or Sharpies even. You couldn't buy Sharpies. You had to show your ID to buy a Sharpie.
It's all ridiculous.
It's
I had to buy nail polish remover for my daughter because she wasn't allowed to get it when she was a minor.
But I found a workaround. This is the funny. So Walmart has all these weird policies. So I would just go to, where would I go? I'd go to the Dollar Tree, and you can buy like the dollar version of these things, like Sharpies, which they now have real Sharpies. So like people would just do that. That's why I thought it was funny. They're like, we're not going to sell you Sharpies, but we'll just go somewhere else and buy it where they're not having those strict policies.
Yeah. Well, as long as it's not a state law, I guess that's okay. But a lot of these policies don't come from the stores themselves. They come from.
Well, they're probably state law, but do you think the Dollar Tree, these little dollar stores aren't going to enforce it because they have enough problems. They have problems with people stealing candy. Like I felt bad for them because you would be shopping at the dollar store where everything's $1, and these people were giggling and they ran out with candy. And they didn't have like anybody as backup. And this one time, this lady was alone for like an hour, and she had to call the police because these people ran out the door giggling. Like she even asked them, she said, "Can you just pay for it before you leave so I don't have to call?" Like it's that bad. So I don't think they don't have time to be like, "I need to see your ID to buy a Sharpie." They're not, they're understaffed. So that's why I just thought it was humorous that Walmart can try and enforce that. People will just go somewhere else.
Well, it's crazy that not stealing is not at the top of the list of.
Well, that should be at the top of the list. Like they're more worried about somebody under 18 buying a Sharpie than they are about theft. Like that's kind of the message that you get. I don't know. Anyway, I digress. And I'm still trying to figure this out because it was doing it for 1 minute and then it stopped. Let's see, stop streaming. Okay. I'm going to go to my settings again. I really do like how your painting is turning out, Aya.
Thank you. Thanks.
Really good. Well, it looks like maybe I am getting it to work, but I need to change the title again because we are not chopping up potatoes. It's painting with Aya.
Well, I'm not even trying to change the title right now.
Well, no, but mine's way off. It's the last thing I did because I'm actually trying to get it to work. So
I hope that people who are viewing my channel are not thinking this is a stupid title, but
no, you're fine. Like yours looks good on your end. I'm just talking about like on my end. It's kind of silly painting. Like you're fine. It's just what I'm doing over here. I'm just apologizing to everybody that I'm not painting along with you because I want to use this opportunity to see if I can get this to work. You see what I'm saying?
oh, sure. I understand.
But I'm watching you and I'm really liking the painting and it does look like Dr. Ramani. It really does.
See, I'm adding some blue into her hair because right now her hair is, looking kind of brown, but she really has very dark black hair. So I'm trying to make it darker by adding a little blue in it.
Well, that makes sense, right?
Yes. That's kind of how I do it.
I like it. But also too, there are blue tones in dark hair. There are red tones. Like, so all these tones have a place. And she definitely does have blue tones in her hair.
Yes. Now, what I hate is that I got my hand dirty. So now I'm going to use some soda.
Well, that works. Soda water, right?
Yeah, soda water.
I like that. What brand do you buy? This Walmart one still or?
Club soda. It's just Best Choice.
Oh, cool. I mean, I should check out that one sometime. I just have a lot of like the sparkly water still under the sink. I bought a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it is good for cleaning, is what I was gonna suggest.
Yeah, it is good for cleaning. It's better than tap water for cleaning because the little bubbles help out. That's also kind of why it's good for if you have a stomach upset. It's also good to drink club soda.
That's true. Oh my gosh, it's almost like it wants me to set up a whole new strain, maybe. So silly.
Well, that's why one has to practice with OBS for a really long time before it works the way we want it to, right?
Oh, I know for sure.
That's why I'm not doing it yet. I know that I don't know how to do it yet.
Oh yeah, I totally understand you. Now, I totally get that everybody learns that way, but I tend to be like, I need to practice something. And even if it is live, I can just go back and delete those. Like, I don't care. Like, it's on my other channel. I don't think like, if somebody gets mad, what am I going to say? I was testing out OBS.
No, nobody's going to get mad.
No, I know, but like, just if it's annoying, like, I'm not trying to annoy the few people that view my channel. I just would like to be able to use OBS. And I finally got in my mind that, it would be nice to be able to use it properly. Since I kind of had this love-hate relationship with OBS, but now I'm kind of feeling like I want to try again.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad because I'm actually learning it from you. You're my teacher.
Cool. Well, we can learn together because hopefully as time goes on, I think it'll get better. That's my whole thought process. I actually was really excited. It was showing up for a minute and then it went away. Okay. So, what's that? Start streaming. Maybe I am streaming somewhere. Let's see. I on the wrong channel again? Okay. Still trying. John Dalton had a really funny post on Facebook last night. It was so funny. He's like, why are they so strict about what we post, but like there's ads for all sorts of things? And I was like, I think that might be toxic. One of the things that they were advertising. I don't really want to go into the specifics of it, but if you saw the post,
I did. I don't want to go into it either.
I'm not going to say what it was. I'm just really surprised. I'm like, oh, so they don't bet that. But okay, I'm trying to actually have another YouTube ad on my Facebook page the other day for a live stream I did with Kate, and they didn't approve it. They said it's not allowed. And I'm like, why?
Really? What do you mean?
Yeah. Because
Tell
I just said I wanted to share a guest. Like I typed up the ad and I said, I had this guest on and I thought it would be, nice to do an ad because I wasn't going to do a lot. I just wanted to do like a $10 ad because they're always saying you should try YouTube ads again. And they didn't approve my ad. I don't know if it's because it was like a screenshot of a book and it said interview with this person. And did they decide it was?
What do you mean?
They just said that they wouldn't approve my ad. They didn't give me any feedback as to why.
That's really weird. I didn't know that they had to approve it. I mean, as long as it's not, something inappropriate, why would they?
Yeah, now they have this whole approval process and that ad didn't get approved for some reason. So I don't know.
It looks like they just want to make sure that only the establishment can advertise. That's what I think.
That's kind of what I think too, because I'm like, what's the point? Like, why do you even say, oh, well, you can have ads, but only certain people? But there's some really weird, I do get weird ads though on there. So I know there's other people like the ads that John Dalton was talking about. So it's like, that's why I find it amusing that there are people that they just get through the radar. I'm probably gonna have to play around with it more to see, like I'd have to reword it, but I don't even care that much. I don't really want to pay for an ad there because it doesn't really do that much. I was just trying to get some more interest in that video. I thought it would be nice since they're always saying in the past we should advertise. Well, I don't see the point if that's gonna happen.
But if they don't let you advertise, then how can you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't see the point. Like, I'm just like, okay. But now it's saying I'm streaming again. I want to see if it's actually working because every time it says I am, I don't see anything. Unless it's set to private. That could be my little problem. It might be I have to go back in. And I have to edit the setting. That's what I think. Oh, so it's silly. Live. Okay, I do see what it is.
What is it?
Is it live? Well, let me look. No, maybe that's the one I did earlier. It's saying that it's public though, so let me see. Maybe that's now. Oh, it is now. Okay, it is working actually. So now, I mean, it looked a little wonky at the beginning, but now it's working. Okay. So there we go. Maybe I can go paint now. I guess we got it to work after all that time.
Congratulations.
Yay. It was, I feel better because I feel like with the young people, like, not that I'm old, but I am middle-aged, like, just with the younger people, they use this technology growing up so they can just learn like all these things very quickly, and that's good for them because I would watch the videos and I'd be like, what are they doing? And I feel like too I do need to get better equipment, but I'm not really in the market to buy like $5,000 in live streaming cameras and equipment,
No,
at this time.
I try to use what I have.
Yeah, because to me, like that's kind of a waste of money. I feel like why would you want to outlay? And I see a lot of people do that, by the way, too. And it doesn't really pay off, in my opinion, because they invest all this money and time, and they might get like, I don't know, 10,000 views, but was it worth buying all? Unless, I don't know, they're going to pursue other ventures with that equipment. I'm just not like, maybe they're going to film school. I don't know. I kind of feel like nowadays, if I was younger, though, I think I would like to do some sort of a major in like technology and film, like learning things about YouTube. I kind of am curious. I mean, that would be kind of interesting.
Excuse me. Maybe an internship with a company. That's what you need.
Yeah, I do. Just need to find the right one, right? I applied one time actually, and I'm gonna try again to this blogging company. And well, their content wasn't even that great. And I was showing them all the things I'd written, which I thought were much better. And they said, well, we went with people that had more experience. And I'm like, okay, maybe they weren't even legitimate. Like it said they were based in Los Angeles, but I've never heard of that site since then. I was kind of thinking it might have been like Bubbaloo's or something, except they paid a few people to write posts on their site. It kind of had that vibe.
There are a lot of opportunities to be a copywriter or videographer.
There are, you're right. You're very right. I just need to start applying for those things. I just felt intimidated though, because it would always say experience, or it would just like the descriptions.
I know, but I think the people who end up getting the job don't necessarily have more experience. They just are more sure of themselves. So they'll apply and they don't really have the experience, but they'll learn on the job.
That's true. I mean, you can always learn on the job. You're getting paid to learn. So I think that's a big incentive to actually learn, because you have to be able to use the technology once you're in that position.
Right. So that's what I think you need to do is you need to be less modest about your abilities. Just you know how to do a lot of things that I don't know how to do. So just use that. You know?
Yeah, I can figure out a lot of technology things. I mean, like at work this week, I figured out a lot of things that were going wrong with computers, and I can figure out how to do this thing and that. And like people will say, how do you figure that out? I'm like, well, you just need to unplug it and reset it sometimes. And I know that. And people are like, really? But they'll be like, oh, no, you can't do that. I'm like, why? Like, it's not going to break it. And it would be the thing that would fix the thing, like resetting something. Sometimes that you have to reset devices. Like, that's just how it works.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I mean, I'm actually going to start looking into this more.
Yeah, I mean, if you actually took seriously all the requirements for experience on every job that they have posted, then only people who've had those jobs before could ever get them, you know?
This is so true. I mean, so many people, well, I know recently, like I have seen evidence of people that barely had experience in certain fields, and they just decide one day, oh, I want to be in this field, and then they get a job doing that, and then they get a new job. And I think it is the confidence. I do think it's the confidence factor for sure.
Yeah, I think so. So all you have to do is just be more confident.
Yeah, and that's just it. Yeah, I totally agree with you. But I kind of would like, for our videos and the things we've done, like I would like for us to have, because I really love that folk sing that you did. Like I might not know all those folking songs, but I know that resonates with the audience, and I just hope more people can watch it, because that video had a lot of views, and I hope people can go back and watch it.
Well, it had a lot of views, and then it had those views subtracted. So that's the thing I don't quite understand.
But the views are legitimate. That's the thing. We know people like that video. I'm going to tell you, we know. And everybody who follows that topic knows. So anybody that was following that video is going to see that, oh, like, there's no accountability. So I would really like YouTube to explain why they take away legitimate views, but, probably not going to hear back on that.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm still waiting on them to make a ruling about whether the song that I have on this one video, Aya in Britain, whether that song is Auld Lang Syne or not. And you would think, you don't have to be a musical expert to know that that's what it is.
I thought it was the first time I heard it. I didn't even know there was a question, but that's interesting. I do know that there's like these little video that there's people that take copyright free music and they're presenting it as their own like addition by adding a couple things, and then when they like declare like somehow like different copyright systems are saying that this copyright free music is now theirs, and it's claiming like some.
But that's not what it is. They're claiming it's some kind of church song, and it's not.
It's not. That's weird. Okay, in that case, I don't know what to say. But didn't they also say that like somehow like some of your content was part of a video in South Africa with these people at a conference? Like, wasn't there some weird thing that happened?
I think they gave up on that one. I think maybe they asked those people in South Africa and they agreed that it wasn't them.
That's so strange. Like, okay. But speaking of South Africa, I found this new brand of food that was interesting. Just this thing I was trying, and I saw it was made in South Africa. I'm like, oh, that's interesting, because I sometimes get avocados from there and other things. I don't know. Well, occasionally, like things come in the store. Like I'm like, oh, this is made in South Africa. They have like some interesting things.
Oh, sure.
I mean, not that. Okay, I don't want to sound like Sarah Palin. I know South Africa is a country within Africa. Okay, just so everybody knows. I'm just saying.
Yes, we know that.
Yeah, but I don't think they were fair to her when they did that. But yeah. Anyway, I really think your painting's coming along well. Very nice.
Thank you. I'm just having a little bit of trouble here.
Do you think once you finish it, you might tag Dr. Ramani and say, I painted you? That would be kind of cool.
Oh, she's so popular. I don't think she cares about who painted her or not.
I don't know. I've seen people send her fan art before. You could, I mean, if you want to, but that's just my thought. If you're not interested, I mean.
No, I'm perfectly interested. You know, Julia, that I even want to do fan art of you for your other channel. So if you're open to it.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. You know, if there's any picture that you like that you want to paint, I'm open to it. It's cool.
But then I would need you to sell it on your store on that channel.
We can do that if you want, and then you want to like figure out like somehow like how we could do a setup where you get competent. Like we could figure something out.
Yeah, at first I would not need any compensation. I would just want that to be, I would want to know if it was selling, just for my own satisfaction. But I would sort of donate whatever you got out of it, I would want you to get, that it's not like that. I would just, what I want to do is eventually do fan art for lots of other different people, and then maybe work out a deal with those people. But you're my friend, so I don't need to work out a deal with you.
I totally understand. I mean, well, let's do that. Let's work on that. And I am gonna start promoting some of the art, like some art products on that channel. Like I already have a few little things, but I think there's a way I kind of want to make it a little bit more condensed, if that makes any sense. Like I kind of want to edit it a bit down. So if you did paint something, I think I could promote it pretty well.
Okay, maybe you should select the photo that I'm going to work from so that it's something that you like, and then do that.
Honestly, like I like pretty much like, okay, if it's from the hair website where I did it, I like all those photos, but do you want something where I'm facing the camera? So maybe what about Facebook? Is there anything on Facebook that you like that?
I have painted you before, but as a child.
Yes.
And so I guess what I want is the adult you, that you're comfortable with the look that you have in a particular picture. Okay.
Well, let me tell you this. I like a lot of my profile pics. There's one that a lot of people really like. I don't know if you like that one, but it's where I'm wearing like this kind of aqua and black polka dot dress and my hair's down. I think that's a pretty nice photo, but there's another one too. There's a couple different ones.
Uh-huh.
But I
great.
that
Just send me the best version of that picture. Just
okay.
messenger it to me, and I'll start working on that.
Okay, we'll do that. How about that? Oh no.
Yeah, that would be great. And of course, I do like what you have on your. I mean, I do know that you have that beautiful picture of you from behind of how long your hair is and all that.
Well, if you like the photo, I would be total. I love that photo because I'll tell you what, they tore down all those sunflowers and they're not there anymore. And I'm really sad because they're turning that field into a housing tract that used to be an orange field. So I'm really, really happy that I went over there and I took the pictures with the sunflowers. Every time we would go pick sunflowers or take pictures with them, like it was really weird because we were picking sunflowers on in this empty lot, okay, that had been growing wild for like, I don't know, a year. And then one day these people were watching us and they said, oh, they shouldn't be doing that, but it's in an empty field and they're weeds technically, okay, but nobody's tending to. So the next day they tore all the sunflowers down.
Oh no.
I thought that was weird because I'm like, no, they hadn't done anything in a year, but it's like somebody complained to the landscaping, but it was just this empty field that they can't, it's just been vacant. And technically sunflowers are considered weeds, even though I think they're beautiful. But
oh yeah,
like I don't know if you saw some of those bouquets I had.
I don't think I did.
I'll have to show, yeah, I'll have to post them again. I think I only did a couple. Anyway, yeah, that's a nice photo. So I really like that one.
Okay, well, I'll be happy to paint that. So
Ooh, okay, that's kind of exciting. I think, a lot of people would really like it. And my friends really like seeing paintings that you did of me. They thought it was cool. Like my one friend Jennifer thought that she thought somebody that I didn't know had painted that, and she said she was gonna message me, but then she realized it was your painting. Remember that?
oh yeah, I do remember. That was nice.
Yeah, she recognized it. Like it somehow just popped up on her feed, but she didn't realize like it was you, like that, you're the person I do the live streams with, and my friend. She just saw the picture and she just thought it was some random person that had painted me. So she recognized it.
Okay, so do you know what's going on here right now? Do you hear any birds talking?
Yeah. What are they doing?
Well, they know that I want to spray the painting and they don't really like the spray.
Oh, okay.
Because at this point, I have something here that I like. It's not perfect or anything, but I want to preserve this so that whatever I do, it's still there underneath.
That's cool.
So I'm going to spray it and let it dry a little bit.
I want to see how, oh yeah, I like how you do it. Nice.
Yeah.
Now later when you have a chance, you should go back and watch to see how cool the view is on your end. Especially the one where you can see your painting. You can see the monitor. It's really cool. You'll have to check it out.
Okay. Well, I can look at it on my goodness, I can look at it on my phone, although my phone is about to run out of power. Oh wow, that looks really nice.
Yeah, it turned out really neat. I like it because it almost looks like Dr. Ramani is sitting there and she's going to give us a lecture. That's kind of what I feel like, or just talk with us about, her med circle topics. Right.
Let me put this on. I'm going to silence it so we don't hear it.
Okay.
So I can at it and see if we had any. We do not have anything in chat.
Aww.
I wish we had some chat.
I know, that would have been nice.
Right. So where have we shared this?
I shared it on Facebook.
Okay.
But I can share it again later. I just was playing around with OBS, so I didn't get a lot of chances to.
Okay. So, well, it's not very flattering, the picture where you shared it, but.
Oh, no. I didn't even see what the picture was. I'm so sorry. It just generated it. I'll have to look.
I know, but later when we share it, we're going to have to share a different picture.
I'll fix it. Yeah, I'll get a different picture. I'll have to look and see because it didn't even show me a picture when.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I did not know. Okay. Well,
that's okay. But that might be why we don't have anybody watching. They're probably thinking, oh, that doesn't look good.
Oh God. No, it doesn't look that bad. It's just it would just happen to be that you were looking at the screen. That's what we're talking about is second in time. Like it might.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll get a different picture for it once this is finished. Like, how much longer did you want to go painting? I wasn't sure because I know you have like things with Bo going on.
Well, so far Bo is not making a racket and he's not upset, so I can actually put on my glasses and see what you're doing because I took my glasses off to look at my painting. But if I sit here, I can see what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm just doing well, what I'm trying to do is go over all the cracks on the Shamrock. And if it cracks again, I'm just going to paint Mod Podge over it and be done with it finally. It's more crafty than an art project because it's a Shamrock, so it's more like a shape, if that makes any sense. I don't feel like this is an artistic painting. This is more just like, I don't know, it's like a fun exercise for me to try and get into painting.
Right. Yeah, sometimes when I break out the paint and I'm just covering a surface, that gets me in the mood for actually, creating an image beyond just painting the surface. So I understand.
But I actually do kind of want to start painting more again because I've been thinking, I like how you just do it, and your painting has really like you've gotten you've learned a lot more about painting. I feel like how many years have you been painting now? Would you say like a year and a half, almost 2 years now?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, more regularly than I used to.
Yeah, no, I know you painted before that, but it just seems like your portraits have really come along a lot. And I remember when you were doing all those Inktober, like you went from just like participating in Inktober to now painting like pretty regularly on your channel. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, that's because the people on my channel told me not to do it. My main channel.
Yeah. Well, I get the same thing because I tried to do that Vlogmas thing because I thought, oh, that would be a great idea for the hair channel. And actually, it really hurt my channel. I lost a lot of traffic that month. I think people got really mad.
Yeah, that's why I think also when we do it when we're trying to do publicity for some of our friends and colleagues, we have to make sure that we don't overdo that either because people get mad.
Yeah, they do. You're so right. They don't want to see the same thing or just like, they need some variation.
Right.
But I do have some interesting news and it has something to do with OBS and that video that I did about that movie I'd watched like, okay, it only has 85 views right now, but I've gotten a lot of searches for people looking for movie reviews about that movie.
That's good.
So for me, that's actually kind of exciting.
Yeah, that's a good topic then.
And I do like how OBS has the screen capture. So maybe there's a possibility when I do finally, okay, what I need to find is a place where I can download a template. And this is what I was going to ask you about because I was searching and a lot of the things that came up were paid ones. Do you know where Sword was downloading her templates for OBS? Like, did she tell you at all?
I don't, but I did find a site that lists a number of free templates. I will send you the link later.
Okay, because I want to work on it because I feel like now that we know Zoom works in here, I feel like if there's a template, then we know that we can use Zoom and it doesn't sound like there's any sound issue, right?
No, as long as we silence all but one, we're fine.
Okay, that's good. So now do you think we're going to be able to use Zoom again for live streams?
I'm not sure because look at what happened here with the title. When I do StreamYard, they actually allow me to pick a title, allow me to do a description, including links and including keywords. And there's nobody asked me, what do you want to call this? Or what is the description when I went on Zoom, which is why this happened. And I do recall that in previous years, before we had the problem during the pandemic where they wouldn't let me go on at all.
It happened.
It would have the description of the previous live stream every single time. And then we had to go into YouTube and fix it.
That's actually what happened to me today with OBS. So I had to go in. I had to restart the stream 3 times. And I had to retitle it 3 times. which is a lot of, it's not going to be as, but that's an OBS issue too.
I don't think it's an OBS issue. It's just a general issue.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a streaming issue. It's just you have to go in every time and reset your key. Well, for me anyway.
The point is, if you have all this automatically, if you know how to do it, you can tell OBS to do it, and it will do it for you, so that you don't have to think about it.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I know people are doing that. Obviously, I didn't.
So that's what we want to do. We don't want to manually do OBS, because it's not going to be any better than any other thing that we do manually. What we want to do is pre-program the settings that we want, so that we don't have to think about it so much, and it gets done right.
And there are those keys. I have to start looking into the little streaming keys.
Right. So that's what Sword said. There's no use in my trying this until I have all of that sorted out.
Totally. And actually, even before you get the Stream Deck, like there's like hotkeys like F1, F2 when you plant them into OBS, like the people are doing. They just press those buttons on their keyboard, and it's really kind of doing the same thing as the Stream Deck, but I think the Stream Deck just makes it fancier. I don't know exactly the difference, but I'd have to look it up. But it almost seemed like maybe, okay, this is what I learned recently. They're selling a device online that helps you get a hotspot, like create your own hotspot with your cell phone. But here's the funny part. You don't really need that device. You can just use your cell phone as a hotspot.
Okay.
So I wonder, okay, I might not be an expert on the Stream Deck, but I'm almost beginning to think, is there just a way you can use OBS with the implanted keys, pressing like F2, F10, as opposed to buying that Stream Deck? Is the Stream Deck just a fancier way of, but I could be wrong. Maybe so.
Is a fancier way of doing it. Until we can do it with the hotkeys, there's no point in getting the Stream Deck.
Oh no, for sure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying, do we even need the Stream Deck? I mean, is it gonna? Does my next question is this?
Might look for somebody with poor coordination like me. It might really help to have the Stream Deck, because just hitting two keys at the same time is hard for me. So if I can hit one key instead of two and get everything going, I'll be happy. But there's no point in even bothering to get that until we know how to do it.
Yeah. That part I totally get you on that.
So that's what I believe.
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean,
yeah, a lot of things that other people are good at, like shifting the value of the window, changing it from a rectangle to a square, or, doing all sorts of stuff like that, which other people can just do on the fly. I can't do, so I want it preset.
Yeah, I totally understand. I mean, I was over there playing with it, and it was kind of annoying, and they already have it set, so they don't need to worry about it.
Right. So to look professional, you basically have to have a lot of stuff pre-done.
Yes, 100%. You have to really practice it and totally to work on that. Is Sword doing any live streams today on her channel?
Not that I'm aware of. She just got back from California. She was on vacation for a while, so I think it's going to take her a while to get back into the stream of things.
Okay. I was just wondering, because I'm always amazed just to see what she's doing, and I almost kind of like want to watch her more, and I'm hoping maybe it could help me learn something, like just by seeing what she's doing, just to get an idea. Maybe not everything, but I see some of the things she's doing. Like, I really like it, how she engages with her audience.
Oh, well, yeah, that is her personality. I don't think we can beat her,
No. Yeah, that's true. That's part of, but also too, she's using OBS. So there has to be something that she's doing that maybe we can figure out by looking at what she's doing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. The thing is, she has some videos that all she has to do is hit a key and they run, and they're like, wait, be right back, that kind of thing. And it comes with visuals and music, and I really love that she does it that way. And I want to be able to do it that way.
Definitely. So does she have the Stream Deck is my question, or did she get that?
Well, she has something from Elgato. She has an Elgato product. The Stream Deck I wanted to get is also Elgato, but it's for capture. It's for screen capture from a game because she's a gamer.
Mm-hmm.
So she couldn't share her game if she didn't have that.
Oh, yeah. So it's a similar, but it's just more for screen capture for a game only specifically.
Yeah, but then it also allows her while she's doing that to feed in some sound that doesn't even come from the game. So in that sense, I think it's a lot like what I want to get.
That's what I'm wondering, like what she's doing, like what she has, like can it be used for people that
she can use in-game sound, but she can also stream in some music that wasn't in the game. So
okay, that's cool.
And she can put it all together, and I think her whatever it is, her deck or whatever it's called, does for her is that it puts all those different audio things together as if they are just one thing,
Wow, I like that. Yeah, it just makes it seamless. It's not like there's no noise interference.
Right. So yeah, she still has to deal with delays. There are delays with her access to the internet is not perfect. And so there is some lag. If you watch her streams, people are saying things to her, and there's some lag before she can respond to that because she doesn't see it right away or hear it. Well, mostly see it because they're in chat.
Oh, okay, that's good to know. I feel like there's another color I wanted to use, but I might have just made the color up before I paint. Yeah, maybe I did. I think I took a metallic paint and I mixed it with a green paint, and that's how I made that one, if I remember right.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I kind of like the Shamrock. I don't know if I should repaint the Shamrock though, because I kind of like the way it is now. I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave it as is because it's just a shape. I think it's going to start cracking again if I do too many more things. But let's see what you're doing. Oh, I like it.
Does it look like Dr. Ramani? Because that's really what I'm going for there.
It looks like I was saying earlier, it looked like she was about ready to give us a lecture. I mean, I can see her hair and her face. It looks like her to me.
Okay, good. I think it's a little bit of what she, when she's in action. So
yeah, it kind of is like an action expression for her.
Yes.
Maybe I do. Oh, that's way too much. My goodness. So this time I'm trying to be careful. I think another thing that might have caused the cracking was I was mixing the outdoor craft paint which is a plaid paint, with this other apple barrel one. That could have caused some of the weird cracking too, maybe.
Well, as usual, I have now misplaced my glasses. Can you tell where I put my glasses?
Let me see. Did you put them like on a table in front of you or anything?
Well, not seeing them. That's typical of me. I take them off because I really can't see close up. with my glasses, but then I can't see far away. That's the reason you get a picture of me really close up when I'm looking at things.
No, I totally understand. Well, my vision used to be nearsighted where I could see close up a bit better, but it got worse over time. Progressively.
Here they are.
Oh, you found them good.
Behind the screen. Okay.
So I think your vision's not quite as acute as mine, because I'm very nearsighted. Like, I used to be able to when I was younger, but it just became progressively worse. But my dad, his vision's kind of like yours. He says now he doesn't really need glasses close up at all. Whereas like from here, it starts getting a little blurry for me. So I just wear my glasses like all the time.
Yeah.
But you know what the optometrist said, and I thought that was really cool, and it validated what I had thought, was everybody assumes that everybody needs reading glasses when they get older, but that's not true. A lot of people never need reading glasses. A lot of people remain nearsighted. And I thought that was weird that they thought some people would automatically need reading glasses, because a lot of people don't. A lot of people
it's a question of whether you correct your vision. The problem is the moment if you are nearsighted, if you correct your vision so you're not nearsighted, then you have a problem when you're older. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
So that's why, I don't want to have LASIK surgery, because if I had LASIK surgery, I could only see, one way and not the other. But now with the glasses, all I have to do is take the glasses off and I can look close up,
Yeah. So, well, in your case, and I think that's a good idea. I thought about LASIK surgery for a minute, but a lot of people think it's very dangerous. And they think that it's not a good idea, like, because and it does change. Like, you have to redo it often.
Yeah.
The price, I wasn't sure. Was it worth like $7,000? It's not covered under insurance because it's considered like an elective procedure.
Well, it is elective.
It is definitely elective, but I want to argue that with the pandemic, it's no longer elective because your glasses fog up if you have to wear a mask working with the public. That wants to be my argument, but they will not. They will not.
Now, you know what? Let me give you some motherly advice.
Yeah.
Your glasses are going to save you from getting the pandemic into your eyes. So wear your glasses.
I know, you're right. It covers your eyes, but I have read, and some people say, and there's actually a few studies about this, like they're still trying to debate, can you get COVID like through your ears? I know that sounds crazy, but I'm just thinking.
Yeah, you can. That's why you know what I do? I wear my hair down over my ears.
Well, there you go. You're covering your ears. But I mean, I'm just thinking like you have to basically cover your whole body. Like, do I need to be wrapped up in I don't know. I'm just like, oh my goodness. Like,
not your whole body, just the orifices of your body.
I know. Just like, ugh. But I'm so over like thinking about every day, because like I go and pick up my food. Sometimes if I eat out, I don't eat out that often because I just don't want to eat out with the people, and they all seem okay. Like, nobody seems worried about it. But then other people are like, oh my God, we're all going to die unless we like sanitize every surface, like every 5 minutes. And then other people are just chill and they're hanging out. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, you can get it totally, but it's just funny how there's these two different reactions to it.
I know. Well, it's kind of like AIDS. When AIDS came out, they said everybody needs to be safe, I'm not doing what, but you know what I mean.
Oh, no, I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah.
But if everybody were really playing it safe, would there be any children?
No, there would be no children. That's another thing too. Like, and then another thing that they don't talk about is there are people, I mean, I'm not condoning what they do, but they do a lot of unsafe things and then they live to be 100. So it can be random. Like, I'm not saying that you should go and do crazy things, but
yeah, there will always be people who somehow luckily evade any consequences to some pretty bizarre things that they do.
Yeah, like, but yeah, no, but they used to scare us as kids. Like, they would do these things about like AIDS awareness, and some of the things were not accurate, and they never will admit, well, maybe they taught things in school that weren't accurate about the AIDS virus. And I don't think I heard anything truly accurate about it until I was 15 in a biology class with with a student teacher who was getting like her PhD in like biology, and she knew a lot about the virus. And she started telling us things that were a little bit more accurate about it than some of, well, like, let me just put it this way. My mom would panic if you went to use a public bathroom because she kept saying I might get AIDS from the restroom.
Yeah, that's what moms say.
But I wasn't allowed to use public restrooms like for about all of my life because she would panic. And she'd be
Wow,
like,
were
oh my
you
God,
allowed to go swimming in a swimming pool?
that's the funny thing. Yeah, we went swimming. And I'm like, Mom, like, are you kidding me? Everybody goes to the bathroom in there. You're like, nobody thinks about that. And we would go to this lake, Lake Gregory, and that was kind of why I didn't want to go in the pool as much, because I knew what people were doing in there. And it's not even that I was scared of that, like something silly. Not that I'm saying it's silly, but I just thought it was funny, like growing up, like, oh my God, like if you went to use the public restroom. So like, oh my God. I just kind of laugh thinking back.
Well, yeah, when I was a child, and that was before there was an AIDS thing, my mother discouraged using the public restroom either. And the thing is, she didn't need to go very frequently, but I needed to go much more frequently. So she could just not go. She could go on a shopping trip and not go at all, but I needed to go.
Yeah, and when I was younger, I could get away with that. I needed to go to the restroom a little bit more, but I'll tell you something. I wasn't drinking a lot of water. I kind of realized one of the reasons I'm not the biggest water drinker on the planet is because of this whole public restroom, because I didn't go to the restroom in high school even because of like all this conditioning, like rarely, like I would wait like 7 hours sometimes because
Oh my goodness.
well, just because my mom was so weird about it, and it kind of made me think. And then some of my friends were weird about it. And they're like, well, the public restroom is so gross in high school. It was kind of gross. It didn't have toilet paper. You'd have to bring your own Kleenex. Oh, I don't even want to go into this. I'm sorry. It's just,
Yeah, we probably shouldn't go into
I'm so sorry. Well, let's just forget I brought that up.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of two-faced stuff about what sorts of precautions you need to take.
Yeah, and I don't know. I feel like I can't say anything about it because they're like, well, whatever they tell us, it's official. It's the actually absolute best precaution, but it keeps changing like every 2 weeks. And I'm like, I don't know what they're going to tell us next week. But that's all I'm saying. It's just, it's kind of, it's too bipolar. It just keeps, they don't know. That's my opinion. They
don't know. And that would be fine if they just admitted they don't know. They don't have to know everything. They do not need to know everything. But when they say that we have to do exactly what we're told, and they will use their best knowledge, which might be nothing, but we have to obey, then that's a problem.
Yeah, I have a big problem with that. And that's not the American way. We still have a constitution. You still have will, like personal free rights and will to decide what you want to do with your own body. Like, well, anyway.
Well, not everybody sees it that way. There are just so many people on my feed, and I listen to them. I don't block people because their opinion is different from mine, because I want to hear what other people.
You want to hear what they're saying. Yeah. I just don't even listen. Like here's the thing. Like I look at some of those posts and I just got so, I don't know. Well, here's my thing. Okay, they can go on Facebook and they can say all that, but then later I go outside where they told us that nobody was going outside, and there's a whole group of people like doing all the things like gathering close together, doing things outside that they think people shouldn't be doing, but they're going to do it anyway. So you can write whatever you want on Facebook and say people shouldn't do this, but there's always going to be people, even if there's a pandemic, they're going to go out and do what they want to do. So it just seems kind of futile to be railing against what people should be doing on Facebook. Why don't you just do what you think is best? Like if you don't want to go out, which by the way, I don't go socialize a lot either. Why don't you just not go to those venues?
Right. Well, that's what I do. I pretty much stay home unless I have a very good reason to go someplace.
Yeah, and I think that's smart and that's reasonable, but like I've never seen, like I think it's nice, it's good, and it's very open-minded that you listen to everybody. It's just sometimes I'm like, ugh, Facebook just isn't that interesting to me anymore, because I originally joined it because I thought it'd be a good way to share different things we do, but I don't, well, some of our friends are interested, but a lot of people, they don't ever like look at things I post there, like when we do live streams. But then what was it? Oh, I posted something about like how I really appreciated some aspects of the Ottoman Empire. And I didn't say they were perfect, but a whole bunch of Greek people or pro-Greek people came after me for saying that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you kidding me? All I said was they had a little bit more religious tolerance in some empires. I wasn't saying like, oh, everything they did was perfect. But people, yeah, that's why I'm not the biggest fan of Facebook. And I don't even feel like I have Facebook fan pages where I promote like some posts I do when I do posts, or I will share something on YouTube, but I don't think I get a lot of engagement. Like if I share a random picture, all of a sudden more people will click on that for some reason. I don't know, just like a picture, but they won't really say anything. They'll just like it.
Yeah, they like pictures, especially if they think that those pictures have no significance, whatever. They're just something personal about you. So anything I post about my daughter as just my daughter, they are into because they have daughters too. But if it's something that I have and they don't have, they're less interested, you know?
That's unfortunate, because I feel like I always wanted to learn about, like, I liked learning about other people and different cultures. And I thought that was kind of the fun thing about the internet, or it used to be anyway. But I don't feel it's as fun as it used to be. That's just kind of my take. Like, so I kind of stay away from Facebook a little bit more. I still like Instagram, but even that, I don't know. It's kind of changing too. Like during the elections, I just want to see what the most recent post is of like long hair or something. And they said that like all the tags were being like disabled for search during the election because they might compromise an election. And I didn't know like tags about long hair would compromise who won the presidential.
Oh, wow.
Like
well,
how?
I tried to tag you in a couple of posts and that didn't go through, and I don't know what that was about, but
That's weird. Maybe try
yeah.
again when you do the next painting.
Okay.
It should work. I mean, I don't know what happened. That's weird.
No, it wasn't a painting post. It was about,
Oh, live stream host. Okay.
yeah, which you were in the live stream. I don't just tag you for no reason at
No, no,
all.
no, no, no. That's what I'm saying. I wasn't sure if it was about a painting that you did or a live stream. I was just trying to figure out what it was about.
Yeah. So usually, I mean, I know during the live stream, you're the one who tags me, but the day of the live stream or a day before, I usually tag you, just to say this is the link to the place where we're going to be. And then I noticed those were not showing up, but
Huh. I have had some problems with tags too on my channel. Like I'll go to look to see if I've been tagged by anybody and I can't always see them, and later sometimes they show up. Or I had this one problem where people were just tagging me for like hair extension ads and I didn't like consent to that, so I had to block that account.
okay.
It was
Okay, sure. No, I don't want to block tag you for anything that you're not in.
no, you're tagging for a live stream. What I'm saying is like it's funny that you're tagging me for a live stream we did together didn't show up, but yet without like any, like this person wasn't even my friend. I didn't have any connection to them, but somehow like their tag showed up a while back saying that I endorsed their hair extensions and a whole bunch of other people too. I thought that was just kind of weird that showed up.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes it seems like my friends are tagged in commercial posts like Starbucks, and it'll say, "Oh, Sword Cats and Julia Hanna really like Starbucks."
Oh no. Okay, I've liked Starbucks, but I've never shared anything. So if we like their page, it might be using our like as an ad.
Yeah. So what I do is I don't like commercial, if it's a big company, I figure they don't need my help unless they pay me for it.
I know. Well, if Starbucks wanted to endorse us, but I want to tell you, I don't even like Starbucks that much. I used to really love Starbucks. I did start bringing my own coffee to work, but if I went out and got coffee, I found out recently that the Coffee Bean was so much better than Starbucks because not only did they have tea, but their coffee didn't taste like burnt tar. Like Starbucks, I'd always have to get like sweeteners to cover that taste because I didn't know what it is about Starbucks coffee, but you're a national chain worldwide, really, and your coffee's kind of known for not being the best coffee. And then my just somebody I knew said, well, you should try Coffee Bean, like if you do go out and get coffee because it's a little bit better and they're not as big. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they're a lot better. Or even just like the Circle K coffee is better than Starbucks. That's how bad. I just sometimes would be out and not home and I'd want coffee. I think that's the only reason I like Starbucks, but I think I might just unlike them because I haven't been in a while.
Okay. Anyway, I think they sometimes say that people like them even if they didn't. That's really what it seems like to me.
Yeah, I would think so. Well, the Sword, has she liked them on her? Like, does she follow Starbucks at all on Instagram?
I mean, she does like Starbucks, but I don't know whether she liked them, officially. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know what you're saying. Maybe if you liked one of their posts, because in the past I have liked posts because they'll say you might win free coffee. Like they used to do these promos where they'd say you could win this if, and maybe I'm just wondering. But anyway, yeah, we don't need to help any big corporation with advertising, not really.
Yeah, I figure if they want it, then they'll have to ask us for that. Have to ask us nicely and compensate us.
Yes, definitely. I am liking how Dr. Ramani's coming along. That's cool.
Thank you.
I did have another thing. Well, maybe I should paint set that aside, this one aside for dry for a little bit. And I had another thing I'd been painting out a while back. Maybe I'll finish that. I'm gonna let him dry for a few minutes because I think he's gonna crack if I don't.
Okay.
And I had this canvas paper. Well, it's canvas. It's like canvas material, but it's paper that I had a pack of. And I think I had painted it kind of already before, it seemed like, but I almost I wonder if I could paint some more into it. I already got the background. Maybe I'll paint on this one. I could change the color. Like,
you know what? You could tell me how you paint on a paper.
This is canvas paper.
Oh.
It just has the texture of canvas, but it's not really paper.
Well, my problem is I bought some paper that is for, they say it's good for acrylics. But when I paint a canvas, I paint it thoroughly, underpaint it.
Yeah.
Before I actually start painting. And when I tried to do that on the paper got kind of curled up.
Oh no.
So
well,
I don't know how to do it.
It's kind of curling up a little bit. It's not perfect. It's a word. It's just a word. Like, it's just a word thing I'm painting. Maybe I want to make it more gold. I thought I was going to put that white, but I'm going to add more gold to it and change the color, but it's going to be too close probably. Ooh. Well, maybe not. I'm just playing around. You're doing like a more serious painting than me. I'm just kind of having fun today.
Yeah, but I could learn from you about the stuff that I don't know that you know about. So that's why
canvas paper, I have painted on it a few times. Now I would think that you still would be able to put a base on it because it's not perfect. Like I said, it does get a little curled up. It's not like, I don't know how much weight it can withstand because it's still paper, even though it has like that canvas texture on the front. So I can see. I mean, I think it has a limitation to it, is what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, because I don't know how to do it, I just don't dare to invest any time right now in trying to paint.
No, I think you should paint what you want to paint, honestly. Like, or painting. Like if you're already doing something, like no need to start a new, you know what I mean? You don't need to start a new whole media type of paper medium or base medium, really.
Well, the reason I was thinking about that though is because obviously canvas not only costs more, but it takes up a lot more space.
That's true.
So I thought, well, I could do a lot more painting if I were not limited by money and space. So I'll show you because right now I need her to drive for a while. So I'll show you what that paper looks like. Maybe you can tell me more about what I should do to make it work for me.
Let me see. This is say it's like a canvas type paper. Or?
I'll show you what it says on the front of it. It's called Grumbacher, and it says acrylic.
Oh. Now, that's not the kind I have. I mean, it might work, but the kind I have, it's a little bit of a heavier paper with like a canvas texture. So here's my thing. I think maybe you just need to let it dry. This is just my thought. Maybe a thinner layer of like the Sahara white that you usually use, but maybe a little bit thinner. Have you tried doing that?
Well, the thing is, it's not possible to make it any thinner because the Sahara is a latex paint.
Oh, okay.
Painting the wall in your house, you know.
So maybe the paper just can't handle latex.
Right.
It might not be able to, but don't give up because maybe there's a way to do it. Maybe we need to find a tutorial on YouTube because I've never put latex paint on like I haven't done latex paint on acrylic before, but you don't know. It might work. There's a possibility. I don't know. I'm just trying to think out loud, like what you do. I don't really paint in acrylics that often. I paint on paper a lot when I was younger. I took it, I actually did, but it was more of a watercolor painting class where it's more translucent and it's not quite as the colors are vibrant, but they're not as vibrant. Does that make any sense?
Yeah,
it's a little bit more translucent.
Yeah, I love watercolor. I just can't do it myself because I think you have to draw using pencil or something else, and then you add the watercolor to it.
You know what though, the professor in that class, he didn't I kind of would sketch it out a little bit, but he just kind of did what you did with like a light brown paint outline.
Oh, really?
And he would just paint it in. Yeah, I mean you can. I think you could just maybe what you want to
do. Because watercolor is hard to get, very thin lines with, isn't it?
It depends on the kind you're using. Like if you're using a more higher grade watercolor palette, it lasts longer. I'm not talking about those cheap ones at this. Well, maybe Walmart. What did I have? I had a college art level. It was at the time I finally invested more money because I was working with the $3 water paints, and then I upgraded to the $15. But it lasted me for years before it dried out. Just a whole palette of it, and it was a college grade level one. Maybe they have something cheaper on Amazon now. Who knows? They have some things on Amazon, but maybe you can just try it with acrylic paint. You can but this is the thing. This might be why it cracks for me. Is sometimes if I water down the acrylic paint, I think that's where it's cracking.
Oh, you should not use water to water down acrylic.
Yeah, that's why it's cracking. That's what I think happened.
You can use gloss medium or something like that, but you shouldn't use water for that.
Yeah, see, that's where I made a mistake. But maybe you can use it on paper because people do. And I did have that, but it was water paint. But maybe my thought is watch a YouTube video and see how somebody paints with acrylics on paper. Because I've done more oil on canvas and more water paint. In fact, when it comes to acrylics, I didn't really start using them more until recently.
Okay. Yeah. I was taught acrylics on canvas. There was a choice between oils and acrylics, and the teacher told my parents that since I'm so messy, that it would be better for me to use acrylics.
I find that kind of offensive though, because with oil paint, it takes longer to dry, but you can use the same techniques and you can do wet on wet. And I think it would be okay if you wanted to do oil paint. The only difference between oil versus acrylic is, yes, oil is more expensive. And I would go through oil paint so quickly, and I really hated that. It's really expensive.
Okay,
And
well, I think at this point in my life, I'll just stick to what I know.
yeah, I would. I wouldn't start a new medium, but do you think maybe you just experiment with painting on paper and seeing how it goes? Like without maybe more. I mean, I don't know if you can do the latex base though. That's my only question. This is what you could do where you could save money. Some people would take like a piece of cardboard, like they would find boxes and things like at the store, like just random things, and then they would proof them, like, like you do with the canvas.
Right.
And I did that in an art class, okay? I did that in an art class where we did like the tempera proofing because I didn't have a canvas back then. And my mom said, I'm not going to take you down to the paint store to buy you a canvas. So I got a piece of cardboard and I tempered it and did all that stuff. So if you wanted to save money, I know this is a weird thought, but sometimes the stores are throwing away boxes and you could try tempering like a piece of cardboard. And yes, it does still take up space, but it would be a free alternative. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
As opposed to always buying a I mean, I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. Or yeah, maybe just watch some YouTube videos and see what they're doing on acrylic painting on paper. Because yes, this is acrylic on paper, but I'm just kind of playing around with it.
Well, that's all I'm doing too. So
Yeah.
there's my Dr. Romani. I think that this is probably as far as I'm going to get with her.
I think it looks good. I like it. Are you going to sign it?
You think I should?
Or whenever you're ready. You don't have to now if you want to wait. I'm just asking, like, if you feel ready. Like, do you like it? I like it.
Yeah, I kind of like it. I mean, we can call it alla prima painting, right? Because we did it really fast. So yeah, I could do that.
I mean, I think it's kind of done and I kind of like it. And, I think you did good, Aya. So nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cool.
So there's my Dr. Ramani. So are you still working on something right now? Do you want to show me?
Well, I can just show you before we probably end. I'm just gonna paint this word. It's just like sometimes I would color words, and that day when I had all the green paint from the Shamrock, I just started painting loyalty.
Oh, loyalty. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And I just thought it was kind of cool because I don't know. I was just sometimes
that's actually a calligraphy project. That's pretty good.
I know, and it's a cursive word. Like the only thing is I don't really advertise like my kind of cursive because I don't know. Like I like it, but does everybody else love it? I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I love your handwriting. I do.
I think I got disconnected when I picked up my webcam.
Okay, but I still see you.
I'm here, but I'm just saying, yeah. But did you kind of want to end in a few minutes since you finished Dr. Romani and maybe?
Yeah, let me just see if we have any comments at all, any chat, anything in chat. Oh yeah. Michaela Smith said hi.
Oh, cool. I'm glad we did this today because it actually got me painting. I always procrastinate, and I think when you just get out and do it, you actually start doing stuff.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, we didn't have any questions or anything, but we did have somebody in chat watching us, I guess.
Oh, that's great.
I'll just say hello, Michaela.
But I do, like, for me, I procrastinate in getting back into doing anything creative. So I just kind of like that you just do it. And I think you keep doing it because I think the more you do something, the more you're going to do something,
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if I thought it had to be perfect, then I wouldn't do anything.
That's a good point. But I thought it turned out really good. Like I like your Dr. Romani. Anyway, this was kind of fun. And
so if anybody else is watching, Michaela or anybody else who was watching, if you could subscribe if you haven't, like it if you liked what we did, and if you want to be notified of our next live stream where we're doing alla prima painting, just go ahead and also hit the bell icon to be notified. And it's quite possible that you can see this live stream on Julia's channel as well as mine. Julia, do you want to tell them something about your channel?
Well, my channel is called California Art and Mountain Life because I used to do a lot of art projects and crafts on there, and I'm trying to get back into it. But if you go back in time, you'll see a lot of the different art projects and crafts, and just like it used to have a lot of mountain themes when I went to the mountains more often. So yeah, that's what my channel is about.
Okay, so you might find a lot of interesting art projects on Julia's channel, and you might also see some of our joint live streams together.
Yeah, and I did interview you as well, like on my channel, so people could watch if they're interested. There's a video where we ask you about the historical characters in Our Lady of Kaifeng, so they could watch that.
Yes, very good. So Julia, thank you for joining me on this live stream.
Thanks for inviting me, and have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.